Great. Thank you, Drew. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to our Tuesday, April 14th. It's supposed to be 5 o'clock, but it looks like 5:12 on my computer, special meeting. So with this, we will get this meeting moving here. Ms. Treadway, would you determine if we have a quorum for this meeting, please? Ms. Treadway, sorry, I think you had your microphone muted.
Yes, Mr. Chair, we do have a quorum.
Okay, thank you. Appreciate it. And we'll now stand and do the virtual Pledge of Allegiance here. Ready?
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America
and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And with that said, I want to thank everybody for joining us, and Todd and the entire Faribault Public Schools team that's on here tonight. Thank you for joining us early and on a Tuesday night instead of a Monday night. That takes us to item B, the approval of the agenda. Do we have a motion to approve the agenda?
So moved.
Second. Sorry.
I think we're going to give the motion to Ms. Treadway and the second to Mr. Robichaud. Reminder, if you're talking, your microphone might be on mute. But so having a motion in a second, do we have any other discussion on this item? Hearing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
Are you going to do a roll call, Mr. Chair?
Yep, thank you. Thank you. All items due to the virtual meeting need a roll call. So thank you, Mr. Bellingham. Ms. Treadway, will you do a roll call, please?
John Bellingham.
Aye.
Courtney Cavalier. Courtney Cavalier.
Aye.
Jerry Robichaud.
Aye.
Chad Wolf.
Aye.
And Carolyn Treadway, aye. The motion passes 5-0. Yvette isn't here, is she?
I see her on here. Yvette, can you hear us?
Oh, there's
Can you hear me? No?
Yep.
Okay. Yvette, how do
Aye.
you? So it passes 6-0.
Thank you for that. Item 2A, boiler bid proposals. Todd, would you like to speak about this, or Kane?
Yeah, so I'll start it out. These are the new bids that we came up with, and Kane has those. And Kane, I'm just going to turn it over to you to summarize what you guys have for us.
Sure. So we went back out for bid and eliminated the shops in our bid because we were over. So we just went out with just the boiler, and the bids came back really well. I was pleased with the numbers. So looks like Metcon had the winning bid. So just looking for approval so we can get moving on it.
Thank you, Kane. Any questions from the school board members before we ask for a motion on this? Any questions from anybody for Kane or Mr. Setzker here? Okay, hearing none, I will ask for a motion for approval.
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Robichaud with a motion, and Ms. Marthaler with a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none and seeing some shaking heads. Ms. Treadway, will you do a roll call, please?
John Bellingham.
Aye.
Courtney Cavalier.
Aye.
Yvette Marthaler,
Aye.
Jerry Robichaux,
Aye.
Chad Wolf,
Aye.
Redway, aye. Mr. Chair, it passes 6-0.
Thank you for that. Item 2B, consider approval of resolution 20-22, revoking
Mr.
prior
Chair, if I can
resolution.
interrupt for a second.
Oh,
Sorry.
aye.
I arrived late, but I could vote.
Oh, yeah, please.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Madam Clerk. You didn't know I was here. It's understandable.
Well,
It's a mail-in ballot, Jason.
how do you vote, Mr. Correct?
Aye, thank you.
Thank you. So the vote is passed 7-0. Thank you.
Welcome,
Thank
Mr.
you.
Engbrecht. Okay, so 2B, consider approval of resolution 20-22, revoking prior resolution authorizing participation in a primary. Mr. Sesker, would you give us some clarification on this, please?
Yeah, and Kathy, feel free. Kathy did a lot of the work on this. The justification for this is to try to make the ballot or the candidacy filing dates a little bit easier on folks during this difficult time by pushing this back. In order to start that process, we have to actually revoke the original motion, which I think was done in 2008. With the resolution, and then adopt the next resolution, which would allow us to put the dates in July and August for the filing for school board candidates. Kathy, do you want to add anything to that?
Well, in 2008, the school board adopted a resolution to participate in a primary. And in checking with the school district attorney, he indicated that when a school board does that, that is the timeline that you follow for all elections after that point until it would be rescinded. So therefore, that's why since 2008, we have always participated in the timeline that if we wanted to go through the primary election, we could. Now, since 2008, we have not participated in a primary. We have just gone to the general regular election in November. But the timeline for primary participation has early voting for the school board candidates for open positions. And that would be third week of May through the first part of June. And that's when they would do their filing. So the other timeline would be, and what we're asking for is to follow the timeline that we would not follow participating in a primary. So therefore, candidate filing will be July 28th through August 11th. Then we would just, whoever files for candidacy for the school board will go directly onto the ballot for the November election.
Kathy, when is that filing deadline again?
July 28th through August 11th.
11?
August 11th.
Okay.
And I'll do the, if this is approved, then I'll do the timeline of all of the public notifications in the paper for the filing will be done at a little bit of a later date. And we'll do all of the resolutions and things that we normally do. We'll just do them at a later time rather than this earlier time.
If there were to be 10 people were to file for the spots, we would put all 10 would advance to the general election ballot.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kathy, is this undoing what we just voted on at our last business meeting?
Yes, and the next resolution 2023, the next one, is rescinding what we did at the March 30th meeting, calling for those early filing dates. And the attorney, the school district attorney, indicated that we would need to revoke that resolution in order to move forward with this new timeline.
Mr. Sesker, to your knowledge, is this the common practice that most districts use, or are we kind of the outlier? Any thoughts there from your knowledge, or Kathy for that matter?
I did a survey of the Big Nine, and we're the only school district in the Big Nine that follows the early timeline, the primary timeline. All the other districts do the regular timeline and have their candidate filing in July in the Big Nine.
Okay. Any further questions to Todd or Kathy before I ask for a motion here?
I have a question for Kathy as clerk. We only have one resolution that I need to record, correct? The first item, the Faribault School Board filing process would be just an action item alone. Is that correct?
Well, we have two resolutions tonight. So this one we're doing right now, 20-22, that is revoking the resolution from 2008 to participate in a primary election timeline. Then the next one that we're going to be doing, 20-23, is revoking what was started at the March 30th meeting. It's a formality that we have to do.
Okay. All right. I just wanted to be clear on how I need to record the votes.
Yeah, two separate resolutions. Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, so to confirm, this is item 2B, consider approval of resolution 20-22 revoking prior resolution authorizing participation in a primary. I will ask for a motion to approve this.
Mr. Chair,
Yes, sir.
I move resolution 2022 revoking prior resolution authorizing participation in a primary.
Thank you, Mr. Bellingham. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a first with Mr. Bellingham, a second with Ms. Marthaler. Any further discussion? Hearing none. Ms. Treadway, will you do a roll call, please?
John Bellingham,
Aye.
Courtney Cavalier. Courtney Cavalier.
Aye.
Jason Engbrecht,
Aye.
Yvette Marthaler,
Aye.
Jerry Robichaux,
Aye.
Chad Wolf,
Aye.
Carolyn Treadway, aye. The motion passes 7-0.
Thank you for that. Item 2C, consider approval of resolution 20-23, revoking resolution 20-18, establishing dates for filing affidavits of candidacy. I think Mr. Sesker and Kathy did a pretty good job of relating to these two, but I will just open this for any further clarification if anybody has any questions. All right, hearing none, I'll look for a motion to approve resolution 20-23, revoking resolution 20-18, establishing dates for filing affidavits of candidacy.
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Engbrecht, having made the motion, Ms. Treadway with the second. Ms. Treadway, would you please do a roll call?
John Bellingham,
Aye.
Courtney Cavalier,
Aye.
Jason Engbrecht,
Aye.
Yvette Marthaler,
Aye.
Jerry Robichaux,
Aye.
Chad Wolf,
Aye.
Carolyn Treadway, aye. The motion passes 7-0.
Thank you for that. We have one item left on the agenda, and that's just simply to adjourn. Before we do that, I want to give everybody just a heads up that once we adjourn this, we will close out of this virtual meeting and go into a different virtual meeting. This one, to my understanding, Drew, you can clarify this. It is being recorded, or Mr. Sesker can clarify this. It's being recorded. So then we will go into the work session one. So there will be a little bit of a pause until we get everybody back up in that virtual meeting. So, am I clear on that? Any questions?
That is correct. Your regular school board meetings, special school board meetings being recorded, and then I will stop recording and you'll go into another separate meeting.
Drew, do you know, are you going to send another invite, or which invite, what time was that invite for the work?
That invite for the work session meeting will be sent by Kathy Matichak, or Kathy Zappa.
Yes, I did send it and everyone should have it. I sent out another reminder about it this afternoon, so.
Do you know what time you sent that, Kathy?
Yeah, I don't have it, Kathy.
I
Okay,
didn't get it.
but did you have the work session already on your calendar where you can go in and I can send another one easily, but.
Yeah, why don't you just send another one out right now, Kathy, and everybody can
Okay.
take a couple minute break.
Okay, but go ahead with this one then, yeah.
Okay, thank you, everyone. Apologize for any confusion. With that, do I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
Jerry?
Sorry, who got the second?
I don't know.
Jerry Robichaud.
Okay, thank you. So, all those in favor, we got to do a roll call here. I'm sorry. Ms. Treadway, motion, Mr. Robichaud with a second. Ms. Treadway, will you do a roll call, please?
John Bellingham,
Aye.
Courtney Cavalier,
Aye.
Jason Engbrecht,
Aye.
Yvette Marthaler,
Aye.
Jerry Robichaud,
Aye.
Chad Wolf,
Aye.
Carolyn Treadway, aye. The motion to adjourn passes 7-0.
Okay, thank you, everyone. Have a great intermission until our next meeting. Thank you.
All right, thanks.
Yep.